Hey guys, this is Tor and I'm here at GuitCon with Louis from The Tone King.
Yes.
Is it The Tone King or Tone King?
It's actually thetoneking.com.
TheToneKing.com.
Yeah.
Glad we got that figured out. But
Yeah.
I'm sure if you search for it, you'll be able to find it regardless.
It all started with the website, which was thetoneking.com.
Yeah.
And then it morphed into the videos and
Yeah.
then morphed into the, hey, it's the Tone King. It kind of all started, but it was started with the website.
Ah, okay. That's good to know. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? How did you start playing guitar?
Sure. That's a good question. So, it was early 80s. Kind of the heyday of the beginning of metal, I want to say.
Yeah.
Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Ozzy Osbourne, and I was, early teens.
Yeah.
And it was, that was, the beginning of MTV.
Yeah.
Right? And everybody, wanted, at least my friends, it was to have one of these was, the thing to do, not, some people play sports, it's the right side or the left side of the brain, right?
Exactly.
So I'm definitely a left side of the brain person. And I got my first guitar when I was, I think, in the 6th grade.
Which one was that?
It's a Flying V,
Yes.
a white Flying V that my parents got me for Christmas. It was hanging on the wall in Sam Goody Music in Staten Island, New York. And I never really did the formal lessons. I just learned with friends. I played in some smaller bands, nothing professional by any means at all. Did talent shows and stuff like that. And then as I got older and started working for a living, it was like, then you were able to start buying the stuff that you couldn't afford when you were a kid, the stuff you drool over. And it just, and it's funny, before the internet, there were bulletin boards and stuff where we used to share information with other guitarists around the globe. And then with the internet and being able to just spin up a website like that and YouTube, it really just kind of grew.
Yeah.
And here we are, fast forward so many years later. It's a passion.
It is a passion.
Yeah.
And a great one as well.
Yes, indeed.
A little expensive sometimes, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's not a cheap hobby, but it certainly is fun.
Yeah.
And making music, whether you're enjoying listening to music or you're creating music, it's fun. People love music,
So what about, you mentioned the whole metal thing. Was that what got you, hooked on guitar?
It's funny. I don't think I ever told anyone this story. I think my first cassette tape was a Billy Joel Glass Houses cassette tape. And for me, it was like, it was okay. And then my cousin's girlfriend at the time bought me a Motley Crue, the first one. And I was like, yes, this sounds good. It also goes to show you how diverse music is. Music can make you happy, it can make you sad, it can get you riled up. Yeah. But I think it was the metal aspect, that raw kind of metal of like the early, that was the first Motley Crue album that the guy was like holding the belt buckle. The first one with Livewire. When I heard that, I was like, that's like some guitar that I could get into, But it was very exciting. I think that was the hook for me anyway,
And you kept with the metal stuff? I see you're wearing a Metallica t-shirt
I know.
today.
I actually just bought this because I was traveling and I ran out of clothes a couple of weeks ago, and I went into a store and happened to buy a Metallica, so this one is actually pretty new. But yeah, I like to, when I'm doing this sort of thing, I like to represent the bands that I like, and,
Yeah, that's one of the best albums. That's an amazing album.
It kind of puts me in a happy place, right? The guy, the painter, Bob Ross, he's like, this puts me in a happy place,
So just that Flying V guitar, that's a little bit of an unusual guitar to start with. Did you kind of point it out, that's the one I want, or was that just the one that was there?
Nah, well, I think both. Yeah. That was the one that was there. Maybe there was another, like a black Strat-shaped one, but you see a white Flying V that looks like the one KK Downing is using. It's like, that's the one,
So in regards to the website and your YouTube channel, do you have anything cool and excited planned for the future?
That's a great question, and I continue to just do more of the stuff that I do. A lot of artist interviews, a lot of checking out what's new, always trying to share my experience with folks. So I don't have any specific announcement. I would just say, folks that tune in could always expect either new interviews or new things like creating a tone print, just more of the same, but always trying to keep it fresh.
Cool. Well,
and when you look at GuitCon, this is a brand new thing, and I'm here and working. We never met before, working with guys like you and creating tone prints for the pedals. This is all new stuff that I just happen to have stumbled upon.
Yeah.
And I think it's the journey that my viewers, that those that tune in, really enjoy the most. Is the unscripted nature of what I happen to stumble upon in my guitar journey.
Yeah, and they feel like they're almost sitting there with you, kind
absolutely
of discovering these things.
Yeah, they kind of get to live it through my eyes, right? Because I genuinely try to share, whether I'm backstage or doing an interview. I just did an interview yesterday with Phil X, and I did a Facebook post a few days before saying, hey, I'm going to be doing an interview. What would you like to know?
Yeah.
And part of the interview is I was asking him things that folks tuning in from Facebook. Yeah. So it's always about not necessarily what I want. It's really about, what can we all learn together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Thanks so much for taking the time to do the tone print. That was fun.
This was great. This was a really nice experience.